Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are, joining from. Some people are joining from the US, some they joining from Canada, some joining from the UK, some from Africa, Nigeria especially, from Ghana, from Kenya. We also have people joining from India and Australia. It's amazing and very humbling the way that people reacted to this. It shows the extent of which people are really looking for answers. So I'm very thankful, and we're all very grateful. My team and myself, we're extremely grateful for you, showing up today. What we're looking at today is how AI is totally changing, the game, how it disrupts every industry that you can think of, and how to position yourself for what is already here. So we're going to look at some things, but let me start with something very important. We're living through one of the fastest workplace transformation in human history. And not because jobs are disappearing, but because skills are being replaced. And the people who understand this early, they position themselves very early as well. And that's why you're here today. You're here because you're looking for answers. Or even if you're not looking for answers for yourself, you're looking for answers for your loved one, your friend, something that you can take to them. But before we go further, I want to say something very, very clearly. I'm not here to scare you or anyone. I'm not here to terrify you. I'm here to encourage you. This is not a session for perpetrating fears. No. This is a session to give you courage and give you the wherewithal, to move on and perhaps, leave the current state that you are in. This is to lift your spirit and show you the direction to go. Because when you understand change, you gain power over it. So there's a global workforce analysis, and this was conducted by the World Economic Forum that found that 50% of workers worldwide that they need to reskill due to technological change. And this is not a speculation. It's already happening inside organizations that you know. So I do have a personal story. A few years ago, many professionals, they believed that if you worked hard and you stayed loyal and then you gained experience, they believed that your career was secure. Today, we're seeing something completely different. Companies are restructuring, roles are changing. Automation is accelerating everything, and AI is entering every field. And then this uncomfortable truth is this: the modern economy, it does not reward effort. It doesn't reward effort alone. It actually rewards capability alignment. So let me share something that is really real with you. I once, worked with a compliance professional. He's a colleague, very highly experienced and respected and dependable. So when automation tools, when they were introduced to his organization, the organization, they didn't remove him, but instead his role shifted from doing mundane tasks to overseeing risk decisions. And you know what he told me? He said, I didn't realize my experience needed an upgrade. That moment is happening to millions of professionals globally. So today, I want to show you what is actually changing and why cybersecurity is one of the safest career pivots, why Cyber GRC is also becoming the strategic path, and how AI is accelerating everything. So let's look at some statistics. Let's look at the current workplace reality, because this transformation really is happening everywhere. And this is not an opinion. This is measurable reality. Right now, about 78% of organizations globally, they're already using at least one AI capability in their operations. You may not know it, but you don't know that for some time now, many organizations have been using AI in their operations to boost their capability. This data comes from Global Enterprise Survey, that was conducted by McKinsey and Company. And that means that AI is no longer experimental. It's becoming standard business infrastructure. And research, it also shows that 44% of workers' core skills are expected to change within the next 5 years due to technology and AI. This projection is coming from the World Economic Forums. They have a report on that, and that report is called the Future of Jobs Report. Almost half of the skills that people rely on today, they will need upgrading. And studies estimate that up to 60 to 70% of routine work, those activities across many professions, they can already be automated using existing technologies. So, and this estimate comes from research by McKinsey Global Institute. So that doesn't mean that jobs are disappearing. No, it just simply means that tasks are disappearing. So when tasks disappear, what happens? Roles evolve. Let me show you what that looks like across several industries. Okay. Now, let's talk about law. Incidentally, my older brother, quick story about him. He's a lawyer now. He's also a pastor. I mean, what if funny combination, but of course, I'm sure it's helping him on the pulpit. But he studied law, and he actually started to study law close to when he was 60. And of course, he practices now. But for him, he already knows that the trends are changing. The world is changing. So he is also really tapping into this. Because before, a junior lawyer used to spend like 8 to 10 hours looking at contracts manually. I do have another friend who told me just a few months ago that she is so busy reviewing contracts manually. And you can imagine the number of contracts that they review every day. Today, tools like Harvey AI and Lexis Plus AI, they can analyze thousands of pages in minutes. They can extract clauses. They can flag language and simulate legal exposure. And according to legal technology adoption reports from the American Bar Association, AI-assisted legal review significantly reduces time that is spent on routine analysis tasks. That doesn't eliminate lawyers. It only eliminates routine legal work, which means that lawyers must move towards strategy. They must move towards risk. They must move towards interpretation and governance. Do you notice the pattern? Okay, so now let's go to engineers. Engineers, they used to design systems, manually from scratch. Now, tools like GitHub Copilot, they generate code suggestions in real time. Another tool like AutoCAD AI assisted design can automate modeling and even optimization tasks. So productivity testing published by GitHub shows that developers now complete certain tasks significantly faster when they're using AI assisted tools. And then the engineer's value begins to shift from doing to designing and then to overseeing and now finally validating. Again, you see the governance mindset there. Okay, so let's now go to medicine. Or you say you are a medical doctor. Okay, what about radiologists? Radiologists, they once reviewed scans manually. Now, AI tools detect abnormalities faster and even assist diagnostic prioritization. So, peer-reviewed medical studies that was published in the Lancet, it demonstrated that AI systems, matching or exceeding human, detection accuracy in specific imaging scenarios. Doctors are not disappearing, but they're now interpreting AI outputs and managing risk and ensuring safe application. You see governance there again. Okay, so let's look at education. Oh, I'm a teacher. I don't think this concerns me. It has nothing to do with me. I was once a teacher many years ago, and I'm still a teacher now. Teachers used to create lesson plans from scratch. I remember the laborious work of creating lesson plans from scratch. Now, tools generate materials and quizzes and explanations instantly. I can't tell you how my life has changed using tools like GPT and Perplexity and Genie and things like that to create different educational materials. So educational technology research that was supported by UNESCO, it shows that AI tools are reducing administrative workload for educators now, and it's shifting focus towards evaluation and guidance. Educators now, they shift towards evaluation, guidance, and oversight. Oh, you say to yourself, I'm an entertainer. It has nothing to do with me. That's not true. Content creators, they once rely on large production workflows. Now, AI video generation tools, they produce high quality visuals very quickly. Industry analysis from PwC indicates that AI is actually reshaping production economics across media sectors. The creative edge moves towards direction and control. Okay, so what about entrepreneurs? Okay, I'm a small business owner. This has nothing to do with me. I just want to float my business and make some little money and just live my life. No. Business owners, they previously needed large teams, but now AI is automating marketing, customer service, analytics, small business digital adoption research by US Chambers of Commerce. It shows that technology adoption significantly increases operational efficiency for small enterprises. Tools now reduce manpower needs dramatically. And that even applies to me as well, with my little company, because we use a lot of tools and we can see how many people I would have otherwise employed if we didn't have tools. Which means that business owners, entrepreneurs, they need systems thinking more than task execution. Okay, there's a major realization here across every industry. Routine work is shrinking, decision oversight is growing, and risk management is growing as well. So, what we do see now is more of governance growing everywhere. But let me pause here for a moment, okay? Everything that we're discussing here is not meant to create fear, because I said that before. Because transformation is not a threat, especially when you understand where opportunity lives. So now let's look at the reality about the tech layoffs. The reality is that skills are now being upgraded. And you've heard about layoffs at companies like Amazon and Google, thousands and thousands, and of course, several other companies as well, tech giants and different industries. But when analysts, when they examine the numbers, you know what they see? They see something surprising. And that is that technology workforce trend analysis across multiple labor studies, it shows that hiring growth in AI and security and risk focused roles, even during restructuring cycles, they are just going up. Companies are not removing people. They just simply are replacing skill sets. Roles that are tied to routine work, they're declining. And roles tied to AI and security and risk, they increase. It means that the workforce is being upgraded and not shrinking. Now, so permit me to pivot to cybersecurity, where AI is actually making a big wave. Cybersecurity matters for one simple reason. Every organization runs on technology. Banks, hospitals, government, retail, airlines, schools, startups. Has it really occurred to you that wherever there are computer systems, there is always risk, always, 100% of time? So let's take the ERP, which is the Enterprise Resource Planning, the ERP systems. Let's take that as an example. It contains critical business data. Okay? It's a complete digital office where they contain data such as financial records, employee data, customer information, supply chain details. And because of this, they are a major cybersecurity compliance risk area. And what does cybersecurity do? It protects their money. It protects their operations, their reputation, protects customer trust and their stability as well. And that's why cybersecurity remains one of the most resilient career paths globally. So, for example, the global cybersecurity workforce gap is estimated at over 4 million professionals. And this data comes from the workforce study by ISC Square. Everybody knows how, well, if you're in the industry, you know ISC Square. And meaning that millions of roles still need to be filled worldwide. And cybersecurity spending continues to rise annually because organizations cannot operate without protection. Nobody can. It's just like your own home. You cannot operate without protection. So industry market analysis from Gartner, it shows that sustained global growth in cybersecurity investment is growing. So, but within cybersecurity, there are different directions as well. And that's what we're looking at. There are some highly technical parts like programming, networking, operating systems, security tools, infrastructure, exploitation techniques, architecture. I mean, the list goes on. And then there is the strategic part. And the strategic part is like in the area of governance, risk, compliance, audit, and so on. And this is where Cyber GRC comes in. Okay. So let me paint a picture for you. I once worked in a very large bank where we had hundreds of branches, thousands of employees, and information technology teams. They were running systems, and security teams, they were monitoring threats, and everybody doing their job. But somewhere in a glass headquarters building, there were professionals who made decisions that cascaded down to those branches and technical functions. Decisions such as what policies exist, what controls must be followed, how risk is measured, what audits require, what compliance standards apply. I was one of those decision makers, and we were the Cyber GRC professionals. I once met a governance analyst whose recommendation influenced enterprise security investment worth millions. She never wrote code, but leadership, they relied on our judgment to guide risk decisions. So, Cyber GRC professionals, they define the rules that others follow. They sit closer to leadership, closer to strategy, closer to decision making. Cyber GRC is not just technical work, it's organizational influence. And why is Cyber GRC so attractive? It's because it offers entry paths for non-technical professionals. There is also a clear path to leadership trajectory. There's cross-industry mobility, so which means you can move from one industry to another, whether from manufacturing to banking to retail to hospitality to healthcare, whichever industry that you're in. And he also has strategic exposure and stability, and demand is rising for it. So why? Because organizations, they face increasing regulations. Government regulations everywhere in the world is overwhelming. Whether you're talking about here in the US or you're talking about in England. I was reading a lot about the AI regulations recently, and the amount of regulations in the EU, European Union, surrounding AI is amazing. It blows your mind. So government regulations, industry regulations, trade regulations, they also face regular audit as well. And third-party risks are really never abated. And now, adding to it now, is the AI governance. And that comes with a lot of requirements and many other compliance obligations globally. So the global regulatory expansion research from UNCTAD, it shows that data protection and digital governance laws is expanding worldwide. So governance complexity is growing and shrinking. And now something new is happening. AI is accelerating Cyber GRC. It is disrupting, Cyber GRC in a very alarming rate. AI is now being used for policy drafting, risk analysis, compliance mapping, audit preparation, threat detection, continuous monitoring, and so on. And enterprise security effectiveness studies, it shows that AI-assisted analytics reduce investigation time and improve detection prioritization. So instead of spending weeks writing documentation, AI can generate structured draft instantly. So instead of manual control mapping and countless and voluminous frameworks, AI can cross-reference frameworks automatically. Imagine that you're sitting with PCI DSS, you're sitting with NIST 883, you're sitting with GDPR, all of those different frameworks. They're very voluminous, but AI can automatically cross-reference them. So instead of reviewing logs manually, logs like Splunk especially, imagine you sitting with Splunk to review it by yourself. AI-driven analytics, it performs identity anomalies faster, and it can review that in just a jiffy. So this does not remove professionals or would-be professionals like yourself. Instead, what it does is it amplifies productive professionals. And that's why the future belongs to those people who can use AI intelligently, and they can use it for the governance environment. So is there a career trajectory or path here? Yes. From entry level to executive, yes. And it's very fast too. It's way faster than the technical side as well. Well, one powerful advantage in CyberGRC is that it actually exists in every industry, which I already mentioned that before. So when you're talking about career path, it goes from the entry level and moves to management and to the executive, and it defines industry. So if a company has IT systems, it needs the GRC, and you know that. And entry-level roles, they include roles like GRC analyst, compliance analyst, risk analyst, security analyst, and it goes on and on. And then you also have the mid-level roles, which are like risk managers, compliance manager, security manager, governance manager, and senior roles can start from like director of security, chief information security officer, which is the CISO, chief risk officer, which is the CRO. Those ones are the C-suite, and they sit in the boardroom. And then you have the compliance officer as well, which is the CCO. So do you see a clear path to leadership there? And many governance focused roles, they sit closer to executive decision making than purely technical roles. Everything that you've just seen today is just a glimpse. So, which is why we created the AI-enabled Cyber GRC Masterclass cohort. And this is a structured program that's designed to move you from curiosity to capability to positioning. So you start from curiosity, we'll give you everything that you need, and then it moves you to capability because we teach you and show you everything that you need. And then you move to positioning where you feel very comfortable now to go face the world. So let's do a very quick overview of this masterclass. This masterclass is a 6-week live cohort. It's live. And the program goes for like 6 weeks straight. And we have 3 sessions per week, 2 solid sessions, and then the other session is for assignment guidance. So we have 3 sessions. And then we have 1 weekend that is for hands-on bootcamp. That's where you tackle all of the hands-on applications that you need. And then we have assessments, plenty of assessments that we've done to assess you. And of course, that is also good for you to understand what you're doing, to know where you stand, and then maybe intensify a little effort to that. We also have a lot of artifacts as well. Artifacts where we show you several forms, reports, templates, all of those stuff. And then we also give you certification guidance for people that are looking to do certifications like CISA, which is CISA, CISM, which is CISM, C-Risk, CISSP. Those are all top-notch certifications in cybersecurity and in privacy. CIPP, CIPM. So we have that guidance as well. And then we have interview strategy for you. So where we take you through how to tackle interviews, especially in this time and age that things are changing fast. We also give you CPE credits for people that already have some certifications that are looking to continue to maintain and service their certifications. They need CPE credits. And then we give you certificate of completion that you can use, take anywhere as per your learning. And in addition to the live masterclass, when you register, you also will receive exclusive bonus training that is designed to prepare you before the cohort even begins. That is a huge one, because you would receive access to a suite of on-demand, pre-recorded preparatory courses that will help you to build foundational knowledge and confidence ahead of the live session. So then these courses, they are designed to build your foundational understanding before the classes begin, like I said, and then they will accelerate your learning curve and strengthen your cybersecurity and GRC concepts in your head. And then it would also increase confidence. You will be able to increase your confidence during live sessions. So by the time you have gone through this preparatory stage, you would have got very well prepared for the masterclass itself, especially because you're going to be possibly sitting with some experienced people. And this will allow you to learn at your own pace as well. So this will also reinforce what you've learned during the cohort as well. And then think of this as your pre-masterclass advantage. So when the live program, when it starts, you're not starting from zero. It just means that you are starting prepared. So combined value of this bonus is about $1,500. That's $1,500 on its own. But this is included at no extra cost to you. Many professionals, they tell us that these preparatory courses alone, it gives them clarity and confidence even before the cohort even begins. So you're not just getting a live program, you're actually getting an entire learning ecosystem that is designed to ensure that you succeed. So we will start with the foundation, okay? Then we layer AI acceleration and then career positioning. So for this one, we are actually offering up to 50% early access discount. And the payment plan is very easy. It's 50% now and then 50% midway. We have very limited cohort seats for this. This is not a mass webinar program. This is reserved for very few people. So we hope that you are going to take advantage of this. Seats are very, very intentionally limited to preserve interaction quality among learners, because this is going to be extremely interactive. Okay, so let me leave you with this thought though. You can watch AI change the world, or you can position yourself inside the change, because Cyber GRC is the control center of all organizations, and AI is the accelerator. And the professionals who understand this right now, they will lead the next decade. Believe me when I say this. So it's best that you really tap into this very early. And before we close, remember this clearly. The future is not something happening to you. It is you making something happen to yourself. So if you're ready to make the move from watching AI, because a lot of us now are just watching it, it's best that you make a move very quickly. And if you're ready from watching AI and from Cyber GRC, from watching them make the change in the world to being the person who would actually drive that change in your current or even future organization, the masterclass is the next step for you. So I want to thank you that you have really attended this. But what we're going to do is that we're going to display the registration link now. And I'm sure they've been displaying that already. So you can claim your early access bonus. And so let's start this journey together. And remember, seats are very limited, and they're intentionally limited just to ensure that we have quality interaction during the class. And once they're gone, they're gone. This is your moment. And we will share the registration link over and over again so that everybody can have access to it. And we will be doing that while I will take a few questions. But I have to let you know this, that once you click on that link, you will have a lot of information. There's a whole lot of information on the curriculum of this masterclass. Of course, it can't contain the entire thing, but it contains enough information for you, to make a decision. And surprisingly, if you go out there to look at masterclasses like this, especially one that combines boot camps and combines learning different tools and processes and technologies and stuff, They usually will be going for somewhere around 3,500. That's $3,500. Maybe the cheapest you can find will be somewhere around 2,500, which is $2,500. But believe me, you go and check right now and see what price is it. You will be surprised. Extremely affordable, because we want to make it affordable and not be a burden to you. Learning should be easy and convenient for people, and that's why we made it so. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a few questions. Some questions are being passed to me right now, and I'm looking at them. So I will take some of them, but I can't take all of the questions because there are really many questions. So these questions are coming from almost everywhere in the world. So the very first one is, do I need to have a technical background to succeed in cybersecurity or cyber GRC? Absolutely not. One of the most exciting things about cyber GRC is that it's accessible to both technical and non-technical professionals. So what matters is your ability to understand systems and risk and governance. And some of those things that we're talking about, they're things that you already have been doing, or things that you've been saying, or if you're already working, those are things that are happening around you that you haven't even paid attention to. A masterclass is designed to bring you up to speed, step by step. No prior experience is required. Many of our current students, they came from non-technical roles, and they are already positioned for promotions already. So I'll take another one. It says, how does AI fit into this program? Well, great question. AI is a key part of modern GRC, which is governance, risk, and compliance. We teach you exactly how to use AI tools to accelerate policy drafting, risk assessment, compliance mapping. So you work a lot smarter and not harder. So by the end of this program, you will be someone who not only understand governance, but can leverage AI, to make it 10 times even more impactful. This is the edge that makes you even highly desirable in any organization. Okay, so I'll go to another one. Okay, will this help me get a better job or promotion? Absolutely. Cyber GRC is one of the fastest growing strategic functions across every industry. Our masterclass includes interview preparations, artifact creation, and certification guidance. All they are designed to help you get noticed and get promoted, or even pivot into new and high growth role. Students have moved into leadership positions within a very short time. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next question now. It says, how much time do I need to commit per week? Well, we designed the program to fit into busy professional lives. So you can expect 2 live sessions per week plus 2 to 3 hours for assignments, like I said. So you're going to be 3 sessions, but the third session is going to be like 2 to 3 hours, for assignments to help you through your assignments. But here's the beauty. The work is highly impactful, okay? And it's not high volume like that, but very highly impactful. And you will see the AI-powered workflow that makes learning a lot faster. And everything that you produce is going to be portfolio ready. I can assure you that. Another question, is this only for people in cybersecurity? No, not at all. If you work in finance, you work in law, you work in IT, you work in healthcare, or even education, this program is relevant. Any organization with systems needs governance, they need risk and compliance expertise. So in fact, some of our best students, they came from non-security backgrounds, and now they are leading cyber GRC initiatives. Okay, so the next question is, what if I miss a live session? Well, we got you covered. All sessions are recorded and shared. But here's the catch though. Interactive participation is where you get maximum value. And that's why we limit seats. So even if you watch a replay, you're still part of the cohort and can access direct support. But I would just encourage that you attend all of the classes because of the interactions. Is there any certification included? Yes, you will get a certificate of completion which is recognized by our partners, and plus guidance on industry certifications, like I told you before, like CISA, CISM, C-RISK, CISSP, and so on. And you also get templates and career artifacts that you can show employers immediately. Okay. Another question, we're coming to the end of this now. Can I afford it right now? I hear you. That's why we offer flexible payment plan, 50% now and 50% midway. And remember, investing in your career today, it means that you're positioning for leadership roles that can pay multiple of these costs. Plus we have an early access discount for those registering today. And I'll tell you this, just go to that link and look at it, and you will see a very fair deal. When I say that, I mean fair deal. It's extremely affordable, and it's something that you can close your eyes and just swipe your card and it's done. Okay, but what you're going to get for those period, it's something that will take you to another level, something that you could never have imagined. So how soon will I see result is the next one. How soon will I see result? Well, results vary, you know that. But many students, they start applying their new skills immediately in their jobs, and they're getting recognition within weeks. So the masterclass is hands-on, is very hands-on. And the AI-powered workflow ensures that you're not just learning, that you're creating real world outputs. This is going to be the very end of the questions. We have like a gazillion of questions, and if we are to sit with all of them today, our time will be really fast spent. So I really, really want to thank you so much for being part of this webinar today. Like I said, it's amazing and very humbling that we have people from everywhere in the world, from Canada to the US to Australia to Nigeria, Kenya. I'm looking at the list now. People from everywhere. It's amazing. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to be sending this recording to everyone, and I hope that you helped us to fill out the polls or the survey, so we can use that, we can take that with us, to learn more and be able to improve ourselves. But I really, really want to thank you so much for this. We'll be looking forward to speaking with you again. There'll be a series of communications that will be coming to you after this webinar. We hope that you can respond to us as quickly as possible, as we will do the same. But thank you. Now, this is not limited to just you. You can also transfer this to somebody else that might need it. Let's make this class fun. Let's make it a happy place. Let's make it interactive. Let's all learn something new. And it starts from today. Thank you so much. Adios. Sayonara. Bye.